For high-density environments, such like stadiums, enterprise Wi-Fi just doesn't cut it. This is the AMEX Stadium. It's a 30,000-seater football stadium, one of the youngest stadiums in the UK, if not the youngest. So AMEX was one of the stadiums that contacted BSkyB about the high-density Wi-Fi proposition. They wanted a cutting-edge technology solution without breaking the bank. Crucial to the proposition was that we don't want to sell access points, we want to sell services. In a stadium, the access point has to be where it needs to be, and then you design the antenna around it. We were lucky enough to be able to use off-the-shelf directional antennas from the Ruckus access points, but where to place the access point and how many you use, that's the key. So it's the RF design that you have to worry about. One of the designs had 6 different antenna designs, all custom made. We just didn't have the budget to do that. If you can't put the access point where it needs to be, about 25 meters from the users on average, there's nowhere to go. The best place in a football stadium to mount an access point is near the pitch, on top of the users, pretty much where the speakers are. If you look at any stadium, you see where the sound is coming from, that's pretty much where the Wi-Fi access points should be as well. But turns out the Wi-Fi works the best when you have as few access points as possible. So key for high-density Wi-Fi design is to make sure that the access points only covering as small a number of users as possible, no more than 500 seats, usually 300, keeping the signal very tight, the coverage area very small as possible. When we do the math about how many access points we need, we look at the number of seats. Pretty much divide the number of seats by half. That's the number of devices that you can potentially connect. And that's what we see today. We see 10,000–15,000 devices on during a match day, which is roughly 50%. So we want to do HD streaming video for every device. So we size up the network to do at least that. So we needed a way to measure the user experience. The Ruckus SCI was easily the best way to manage the user experience, as well as measuring what the potential user throughput would be. So while we have traditional tools to see what the users are doing, we don't know what they could do. The SCI shows us the potential throughput for an average connected client during the match, which changes quite a bit. Now that's the mark you want to hit with any Wi-Fi design. We did look at various providers for the equipment for the Wi-Fi access points. You know how many access points are tested for this? A dozen. Most access points cannot pass the test that we do in terms of density of users. The magic number is 15,000 or so. Once you start to go near that, everything breaks. We couldn't find anything that can do 15,000 concurrent users and hundreds of users per access point. Ruckus was the only one that was up for the job. I love the way this turned out. The RF design is spot on. It's exactly what we predicted it would be. That's the truth. Get that.